Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the Barbershop. Gbush offers a fresh cut on sports. The Barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture, it's lifestyle, it's sports. And it's now the Barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at Gbush91 on Twitter.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Gbush, back at it again with another Barbershop recap. Thursday night football this time, back at it again. I want to let y'all all know that finally, yes, we are up and running with the Shopify store. If everybody want to know, everybody been hitting me up, Joe G. Bush, where you can get the gear, where can I get this at? You can get it at shopfifthmerch.com. I'll keep the link in the description. You can go ahead and check that out. Hats, hoodies, all the fire gear. You know what it is. Check it out, shopfifthmerch.com. I'll leave a link in the description as well, so that's where you can check out the gear. Thursday night football, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little preview for this situation. I'm going to save some of my goodies. Tomorrow I will be on the radio from at 923thefan.com. You can check me out. Download the radio.com app. I will be on in Cleveland, Ohio from 7 p.m. to midnight. Got a nice little star-studded event going. I'll talk to Steve Hellwagon of 24/7 Sports, Bucknuts.com. We'll talk to him about Ohio State. We'll talk to John Costco, Pro Football Focus. We'll get into him. We'll talk to Greg Schwartz tomorrow, too, of the Bleacher Report. So we'll get into some NBA action as well. Browns, Steelers, Thursday night football. Let's start on the Steelers side. The only time I'm actually biased in the world is when I'm talking about the Steelers. You already know, we don't like the Steelers. We don't like y'all. Sorry, bro. We don't like the Steelers. We're not trying to see the Steelers. It's the only time we ain't. Listen, I don't even got the same type anger and animosity for the Baltimore Ravens. I could talk about the game, but I could definitely be biased. I don't want to see the Steelers win. Y'all have won, listen, I'm rooting against y'all every single time. I'm just keeping a buck with you. Y'all might not like my face. Y'all might hate my stupid panda. Great. That's fine. It's all good. But at the end of the day, we do got a Barbershop panda in gray and orange Steeler. It's a dope panda. You can check that out in the description. Stop playing around. James Conner goes out of this game. Juju Smith-Schuster goes out of this game. And this game this game should have been more lopsided than it was. When you look at Mason Rudolph, I did a show on the radio a couple days ago and talked about how Mason Rudolph might be better than Baker Mayfield. I lied. I lied. Mason Rudolph is not the answer in Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph is not the answer, my G. He's throwing behind receivers. He just doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. He throwing behind guys. He's just not the answer, bro. He's just not it. Sorry, he threw 4 picks today. Underthrown guys, behind guys, balls behind receivers. He doesn't throw in anticipation. And it's just to keep it real. Ben Roethlisberger is out right now. And when you look at the Steelers, I don't know what they're going to do as far as Big Ben. He's been coming around saying he was going to retire. Or is he going to retire? I don't know. When you look at Big Ben, he had Le'Veon Bell before. He still threw up 5,000 yards a couple years ago. And, he's been saying that he wants to retire. But when you look at it, with the type of injury that he's had, especially with his elbow and his throwing elbow, I don't know if he's going to come back. So if you're the Steelers, you don't have a first-round pick because you used that on Minka Fitzpatrick. You moved up in the draft with capital to get Devin Bush, which looks like a definitely great pick. Devin Bush is a monster. He's running around. I think he's half-led linebacker. You guys did a great job of rebuilding your defense as far as, rebuilding. You got T.J. Watt. You got Bud Dupree. You got Devin Bush. You got a lot of speed at the linebacker. Hayward is still playing really well in the middle. You guys look like, with Minka Fitzpatrick, you guys look like you're trying to rebuild that defense that the Steelers kind of put their pedestal on, that they really hang their hat on. My thing is this. We saw today what all of that means. Nothing. All of that is good unless you got a quarterback. That's great. If you have no quarterback, you cannot win in this league. I'm telling you that right now. And we'll get back to that when it comes to the Cleveland Browns side of things. But if you don't got no quarterback, that's great, fine and dandy. You got defensive linemen and linebackers, but that's not going to help your cause, because when you got to play against another team that's really talented and is just as talented as you is up front and in the linebacking core or maybe in your skill positions, it comes down to whether your quarterback can make those throws or your quarterback can't. And in my opinion, Mason Rudolph doesn't have the ability to do that. He just does not. Looking at him, as far as him making those type throws, he had some of the interceptions were just behind people, not throwing with anticipation. Those are some simple type things that I think the Steelers are going to have to look and find out whether or not, if Big Ben doesn't come back, what do they do as far as getting quarterback? Maybe it's a veteran that somebody else might miss. I don't want to say a Marcus Mariota. I don't think he's the answer. But maybe a guy that is been in the league, and maybe the Steelers have a little faith in him if Big Ben doesn't come back. When you look at it, when you lose Juju Smith-Schuster and when you lose James Conner in this game, the game should have been over. The game should have been done. The Browns had an opportunity being a 14-0 the majority of this game for this game to be over. And I feel sorry for everybody that stopped the microwave and stayed up on a Thursday night and knowing they ain't got PTO and stayed up and go to work half hour late tomorrow. That's terrible. The game was not entertaining. And I wanted to get on here and brag, being a guy that's a Browns fan, that the Steelers have beat the brakes off us for 30 years. I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about how we embarrassed y'all, how you came in here and we did y'all dirty, and how we put 35, 40 points up on y'all. I didn't have an opportunity to do none of that. I couldn't do none of that. I can't even say any of that right now. And that's a disappointing part about it, is once again, I'm on here talking about a win for the last 2 weeks, once against Buffalo and one against the Steelers. This was supposed to be a rivalry win. And I'm supposed to be excited about this, but I got the straight face. Because you and I know, it's a couple things in life that you know about. You know good and well if you with somebody and you love them or not. You're like, ooh, she just my side girl. I don't know if I really love her or not. You know good and well if you studied for that test or not. Especially if it's a math test. When they give you that test, you be like, ooh, totally wasn't prepared for this one. You know good and well if you forgot to put deodorant on before you got out of the shower. You know you forgot to put deodorant on when you got halfway to work. And you be like, ooh, I wonder, am I going to be good for work? No, you're not going to be good. You're a grown man. You might as well turn right around and go back home or go to the dollar store. Get you a little something. You know certain things. And when you watch the Cleveland Browns, you just know this ain't it. I don't care how many wins they get. You just know this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't the iteration that we've been looking for. Even if they rattle off 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in a row, whatever they want to call it, this ain't the iteration, man. I'm watching this game today, and I'm looking at just past the first series and past the scripted plays of the first series. It's nothing. It's nothing there. Past the little scripted plays and the little scripted plays on your little sheet that you hand up and you got your first 10 plays, 15 plays scripted. Freddie Kitchens has nothing in his holster. Nothing. There's nothing in the Rolodex past that. Look at the offense and the way that it sputters and skips and skates along and has no continuity and has no rhyme or reason into who they want to get involved. They don't establish anything. Everything's up, down is up is down. It's just, it doesn't, listen, we got Kareem Hunt. He's getting his money off on third downs and making plays out of the backfield, but he's not getting any touches he's not getting any carries. Chubb barely gets carries. OBJ is non-existent. He's non-existent. We cannot get him simple plays. Not the simple plays. We can't even get him involved zip zero, stingy with De Niro. And it's just one of them things where you look at it on the Cleveland Browns, you can't establish anything. And it's just looking at this from a perspective, even if they do get wins like this, watching this game is just nerve-wracking, and it's just pitiful. It just makes you annoyed, and it makes you disheartening watching the game, because you know if anybody else was coaching this team, they would have 35 points, 28 points, at least something. The gimme routes, there's no route combinations, there's no curls, there's no deep comebacks, there's no digs, there's no shallow crosses, there's none of that. It's like a 14-year-old kid playing Madden. I was talking to somebody on Twitter. We was going back and forth between these. It's like some 14-year-old kid playing Madden. Everybody goes straight and they throw deep balls. It's just I don't know what they're trying to establish, man. And when you play in a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are without their starting quarterback, without their starting running back, who lose their top receiver early in the game, and you're up 14-0, and you can't get any points in the red zone consistently, and you struggle to get any points, and the last touchdown you did get, Baker Mayfield threw the ball right to the guy. Mark Barron has to just turn around, and it's an interception. But, that's fool's gold, man. I can't get excited about that. That's not going to work against good teams. That's not going to work against your Chiefs or your Ravens or your Patriots or anybody in the NFC, for God's sakes. That's the problem I'm having, man. And I can watch these games and I can look at them and say, hey, the Browns are on TV, but I can't look at this. You and I would be lying to ourselves if we thought that this is what it is. It's just not what it is, man. I'll clap it up for the Browns for the win. Defense showed up. I think Schobert did a great job. Up front, I think Myles Garrett did a pretty good job. The Browns obviously won up front, and doing that without Vernon was great. I think the Browns showed themselves to be what they possibly could be up front. I think they underachieved a little bit so far this year, but I think they did a great job in the back end. I think Matt Wilson is showing up to be a great steal. I think I was encouraged to see Taki get some playing time. Schobert, I think, gets my game ball of the day because he showed up big time today. Schobert did his thing. The safeties look to be competent. It looks like they can rotate any safety they want back there in Wilkes' defense. And I think they had a nice game plan for a team that didn't have their playmakers in. I think it was a nice win. Anytime you can get a win in the NFL, that's awesome. But at the end of the day, don't lie to yourself, man. Let's not do that. Freddie's not the guy. This is not what it is. And to be honest with you, the verdict is he got to win out in my book to even have a chance to come back next year. He has to win out. And that includes winning out against Baltimore another time at the end of the season when Baltimore might have something to play for. That's all I'm saying at the end of the day. When I look at this game, I'll give them credit, but there's way too many times where your playmakers, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, no seam of an offense. I don't know what they're trying to establish. And it just looks like, to be honest, it's a high school playbook. It looks like high school JV stuff. And we'll see what the Cleveland Browns can do, but this is not something that's going to get it done if you're talking about a team that's supposed to be making the playoffs and making a playoff push. At the end of the day, we'll see what they got moving coming up next week. The schedule gets easier, but Freddie Kitchens must win out for him to even be considered coming back in my book. Win out. You got 2 wins, Freddie. Do what you can do. You can only play who's on the schedule. You got the 2 wins. We'll see what else is coming up next. As always, man, shop5thmerch.com to get the barbershop gear. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, do all that. Check me out tomorrow. It's the Barbershop, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. You can check me out on the radio.com app. As always, peace up. You know where to find me. You've been locked in with Gbush in the Barbershop. Feel free to take a look at some of our other videos linked here, and also subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our updated content coming out regularly. Thanks again for listening.